I've got to stop going days without posting videos. I am forgetting how this camera works. In today's video, I'm going to be going over 5 fragrances that I've been wearing quite a bit here recently. On top of sharing those 5 with you, I will also be sharing 5 more that are pretty similar to each one of the ones that I've been wearing, just in case some of those might interest you as well. The first fragrance I want to share with you guys that I've been wearing quite a bit here recently is a flanker of one of my favorite fragrances. This fragrance is definitely like 100% simply just a summer fragrance. It's not one that's going to be worn in the winter. It's not one that's, one that's going to be worn in anything outside of like warm weather. Which I have owned this fragrance in the past. This bottle though right here is just a recent pickup of mine. What I get with this in the opening is going to be it's going to be your Dolce & Gabbana light blue. It's going to be that fresh, that aquatic fragrance. The dry down of this fragrance is what really makes this scent unique in terms of lining this fragrance up with the other flankers in the light blue line. In the dry down with this, I get a very synthetic, almost cheap-like smelling coconut. It's not really off-putting by any means, but it's just not something that is super like appealing. It doesn't make me think of something like Virgin Island water. It doesn't make me think of something that's like, smelling like a coconut. It just is like to me, the more that I wear this, the more it comes off as a cheap smelling coconut. But the opening of this fragrance is a lot like Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, the original, a bit brighter, and to me it just smells better. It has a bit more of a backbone to it than the original does. Like I said, into the dry down, you're going to get that summery coconut vibe from this. But what you guys could wear instead of this, if you're a fan of that coconut kind of scent, that same coconut scent that's in this, you'll enjoy something like Eternity Summer. Which in the opening of this, you're going to get the same coconut that's in the dry down of the Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Sun. And like I said, to me, it's a bit cheap smelling. It doesn't necessarily push off my skin a lot. Maybe it's just with my skin chemistry, it doesn't really respond very well. It doesn't smell bad, but it's just not something that, I wake up and go, oh, I want to wear this today. It's nothing that really pulls me towards it. But if you are a fan of the Eternity line and you like that coconut note, you would probably enjoy this. Now, the second fragrance on this list is going to be one of my all-time favorites. Yes, it's a clone. Yes, it's a clone of Aventus. But this one in particular has its own kind of thing going on with it. It's not going to be like something that when you spray it, you're going to think of like Mont Blanc Explorer. You're not going to think of Club de Nuit Intense Man. This has its own lane to it. That fragrance is Pineapple Vintage Intense Gold. The Pineapple Vintage Intense Gold has one of the best openings of any fragrance that I own in my collection. It has some of the ripest, juiciest pineapple from any fragrance that I've smelled, which it is obviously accompanied with that Aventus DNA, but it does have a bit of a change to it. Now when I put this on, this scent does stay fairly linear through the entirety of the wearing. The opening, awesome. Dry down, awesome. The base is awesome. This also happens to be one of my most complimented fragrances that I own, more so than Aventus. Next to be for the ones that aren't a big fan of the, the pineapple heavy batches of Aventus. This one right here is going to be a pretty well balanced, maybe a little bit, more so on the fruity side. But what this is going to be, you take your Pineapple Vintage Intense, the original. And I'm going to leave that there. You can stay. You take the older formulations of Pineapple Vintage Intense and you up the oil concentration, you get this. This is Pineapple Vintage Intense, the one. So this is still getting some pretty heavy wear from me, but it doesn't project out as well as the Intense Gold. And to me, the opening, even the mid and base, doesn't smell quite as appealing as the Intense Gold. It might need some maceration, whatever, or maceration. I don't know if that's the right word, but it might need a little while to kind of sit and whatever that does. If you are a Creed Aventus fan and you want something that is a bit fruitier, not something that's super, super apple or pineapple or any kind of fruit-based scent heavy, you might enjoy this. And that is their new release. That is Pineapple Vintage Intense, the one. Now next is a fragrance that I did not expect to like as much as I have. It's one that really has grown on me quite a bit. It's a fragrance that is super fruity in the air that's around you, but it's super woody on your skin. Extremely mass appealing, very loud, projects well, lasts a long time. It is Cedrat Boise by Mancera. This has turned into basically an easy reach for me. It's not like I'm reaching for Nocta Voyage or I'm reaching for chrome or anything like that. This is just one that when I spray it, I know I'm gonna smell good. But not only is it something that is a smart reason you're gonna smell good, but something with some oomph behind it, something with some character behind it. And yes, compliments do come with this one as well. But if you happen to be one of those people that are not a big fan of Mancera's, maybe some people say that their DNA is kind of metallic or super synthetic, something that you might enjoy that is a bit similar, but maybe a bit more harsh on the edges, at least in the opening. The dry down is phenomenal. To me, this is better than the dry down than Cedrat Boise is. In the opening, it is a bit, it's loud, it's in your face. It's gonna be something that will pull in the attention. It's one that has pulled in both positive and negative reaction for me because it is a bit loud in the opening. But that is RAMC by Genre Parfums. RAMC stands for Ran After My Car. So if that tells you anything about people around you will enjoy it, that should do it. When I wear this, I get a very similar vibe to what I get from when I wear Cedrat Boise. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but it's the the same like fruitiness in the air, and I want to say it's woody on the skin as well. This lasts longer and to me smells better than dry down. The opening can be kind of a toss up, like I said. Again, that is RAMC by Genre Parfums. Now next is going to be a scent that I would primarily wear during the winter times, but I have been wearing it now since I've been working inside. It's one that I've been throwing on just because I can. It is a tobacco-based fragrance. It's going to be your honey tobacco cherry fragrance. That is Terry Mugler Pure Havane. Or is it Pure Havane? I'm still not really sure. It's one of the two. It's either Pure Havane or Pure Havane. Either way, it smells fantastic. But the opening of this fragrance can be a bit medicinal for me. This is why I always tend to reach for Naxos versus this. It's because that opening is a bit, like, it's just super like synthetic to me. It's just something that is just a bit harsh. But I think I found an affordable replacement of that. One that is, it takes away that harshness of the opening of that. It really gets like a smooth creaminess to it. That is Tobacco and Tonka Bean by Banana Republic. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one onto my hand. Yeah, this stuff is phenomenal. It's like a super sweet tobacco fragrance. But not sweet like bubblegummy, it's like a sweet, almost like honey tobacco. I guess the tonka bean is what provides that sweetness that's there, but the tonka tobacco in this, guys, is like spot on. It's good stuff. And from my understanding, it does cost a bit less than the Pure Havane does. Plus, Pure Havane is seasonal. I'm not sure if this is or not. This might be available year-round. And guys, that is tobacco and tonka bean. Lastly but not least, is going to be one of the newer designer blue fragrances. It's one that is appealing in the opening, the mid, and the base. You're gonna pull in confidence when you wear it, guys. I mean, it's without a shadow of doubt it's gonna happen. It's gonna be Coach Blue. In terms of the public reaction, this is on par to my favorite summer fragrance of all time. One that I've been wearing nonstop, or not nonstop. It's one that I've been wearing a lot of here recently. Is Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue Eau Intense. As you guys can see, I've worn about halfway through this bottle. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go through quite a bit more of this before the summer's over with. If you don't want to pick up Coach Blue, this is one without a shadow of doubt you pick up and will enjoy equally as much, if not more, than Coach Blue. I just realized all the way up till now that my mic is off, so I apologize for that. But guys, I hope you've enjoyed this list. If you found someone informative, please don't forget to give me that thumbs up down there, possibly like, maybe subscribe if you want to. Guys, like I always say, keep it gent, love your scent, and I'll see you all next time.